Chip Walters, the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, and by Middle Tennessee State University. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Blue Raider Baseball.
Middle Tennessee and Louisiana Tech opening a 3-game series tonight here in the northeastern part of the state of Louisiana. And if you're wondering how far that is from Murfreesboro, it is exactly 9 hours driving time with a good driver and one stop. So that's the distance that we travel to get down here. I've got my longtime spotter Wayne Gross in the press box with his binoculars, but we are unable to see the Blue Raider bullpen. So figuring out who's warming up down there is going to be a question. I think we can see the La Tech bullpen a lot better. This stadium was all turf, just like the stadium we played in Jacksonville. But according to Clay Badlack in our interview a few minutes ago, the turf here probably has settled in a little better. It's a little older than the turf in Jacksonville. So we will be on an all-turf field, pitching mound, batter's box, everything, all turf. Distances here, it's a much smaller playing field than Jacksonville. Whereas Jacksonville, I thought, had a huge outfield. This outfield is not that large. 315 feet down the left field line, 325 down the right field line, and 380 to straightaway center field. 350 in the power alley in right center, which is very short. 370 to the power alley in left center, which is about normal. And the big batter's eye is behind the outfield fence in center field. The scoreboard is located right down the right field line. It's got a video board on top of the basic information that we'll need for the ball game, but it's going to take a little leaning back and forth for me to see it, but we won't have any problem there. The only problem we have is not being able to see in the Blue Raider bullpen. This ballpark is fairly new. It was built a few years ago after a tornado destroyed the original field here at Louisiana Tech. I don't think this was built on the exact site of the old field, but it's very close, and they've got an athletic complex here, which of course includes their football stadium, which you can see from the ballpark. So Louisiana Tech is taking the field, and we'll set them defensively for you. Their catcher is Eli Birch. At third base, Colby Lunsford. The shortstop is Brecken Minuet. And at second base, Colton Coates, and Trey Halsey is at first base. In left field, Hayden Gustafson. In center field will be Wesley Scott, and in right field, Cade Patterson. A little bit about their pitcher, and he is their regular Friday night starter. Declan Dahl, spells his last name D-A-H-L, pronounced Dahl. Comes in with a record of 4-3, an earned run average of 4.36, making his 9th appearance and 9th start of the season, and has pitched 45 1/3 innings, more than any other pitcher on the staff. Has given up 42 hits, 21 earned runs. He's walked 12, but the strikeout number is impressive. 49 strikeouts in 45 1/3 innings. So that's Declan Dahl is the starting pitcher. He's a native Texan, 6'3", 200 pounds, and a junior. This is his first year here. He is a transfer from Seminole State in Oklahoma. He will face the top third of the Blue Raider batting order here at game time. Owen Nowak, Tyler Minnick, and Brett Rogers will be against the right-hander Declan Dahl. 81 degrees, very little wind here, and what it is coming right in my window and disturbing all my papers. But other than that, I don't think it will play much of have much of an effect on the ball game. Owen Nowak will stand in from the left side, and we're ready to get this one underway. And as always, we'll try to give you an exact time of first pitch, so Mr. Calla can make a note of that. Dahl with the first pitch of the game. It's in for a strike at 6:09. And we're about 4 minutes past the scheduled 6:05 starting time. Count is 1 strike to Nowak. Dahl comes in with a breaking ball low, and the count goes to 1-1. Dahl's best pitch is said to be a 4-seam fastball. One and one the count. Outfield just about straight away for the left-handed hitter. Hits one into left center. It's a very shallow fly ball. The shortstop will back up and will take that one as Minuet, the shortstop, makes the play for out number 1. So 1 out in the first inning, and the batter is Tyler Minnick, Blue Raider catcher. .278 batting average. He leads the team in doubles with 13. Stands in from the right side. And the right-hander delivers the pitch high and inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Minnick. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. We're just underway. Glad to have you with us wherever you might be listening. Dahl with the pitch, ground ball to short. Minuet has it. Pumps, throws to first, and that is out number 2. So the shortstop has taken care of the first 2 batters in the top of the first inning. 2 up, 2 down for Brett Rogers. Rogers hitting .347. He's tailed off a little bit in the last few games. In fact, he went hitless with 3 strikeouts on Tuesday against Lipscomb. But you need to get him on base, utilize that speed that he has. Pitch is a strike call to Rogers. Home plate umpire Kyle Stutz. First base Dylan Bradley. And at third base Christopher Tipton. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2. We had Dylan Bradley in the Jacksonville State Series. Now they will shift, put the third baseman all the way over on the right side of the field into short right field. And the 0-2 pitch is swung on, hit into right center. Center fielder has the range, moving over in deep right center. He'll make the catch for out number 3. So that's all in the first inning. Raiders are 3 up and 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Middle Tennessee nothing, and Louisiana Tech coming to bat. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Ben Wagner.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless for the Raiders. Tyler Minnick is behind the plate. Brett Bondolan at third, Clay Badalak at short, Cooper Clapp at second, and Dean O'Neill playing first base with Nathan Brewer in left, Brett Rogers in right, and in between we'll have Owen Nowak in center field. And on the mound, the left-hander Chandler Alderman comes in with a 1-1 record of 4.04 earned run average. He is making his 9th appearance, 9th start of the season. 35 2/3 innings. He's given up 41 hits, 16 earned runs. He's walked 12, struck out 24, has given up 5 home runs. In fact, each of the starting pitchers tonight have allowed 5 home runs. Alderman will pitch to Colby Lunsford, the third baseman, a right-handed batter. Stands in with a .304 batting average and 9 home runs. Alderman's first pitch swung on and fouled out of play. Alderman pitched in the final game of the series with Louisiana Tech last year in Murfreesboro and pitched a gem, went the distance, full 9 innings and a 4-3 win. Struck out 10. Lunsford hits it into center field. That's a base hit. And went almost halfway to second before it decided to turn around and go back to first. So the first base runner for Louisiana Tech is Colby Lunsford. The batter is Trey Halsey. Halsey is the first baseman, a left-handed hitter. But back to Alderman's performance in that third game of the series after La Tech had taken the first 2. The Raiders won at 4-3. Alderman threw 130 pitches in that game and went the distance. So he is capable. But so far this year has not shown the ability to get deep into games. And I know Coach Meyer would love to see something like that tonight. Pitch to Halsey is a little bit outside, ball 1. Halsey spells his name Hawsey. Halsey, 307 hitter with 10 home runs. Alderman pitches and a swing and a foul over by the La Tech dugout. La Tech occupies the third base dugout here, their home park. The Raiders down at first base, which should be very comfortable for them. That's where they are at home. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first is Lunsford. Alderman will take a look at him and deliver the pitch, and it swung on and fouled to the screen. The count will go to 1-2 on Halsey. Colton Coates, the second baseman, would be next. Bright sunshine here, some high scattered clouds. No threat of rain. Alderman a long look to first base and delivers outside for a ball, 2-2. Some important series in the conference this weekend. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Halsey down on strikes. 4 out, number 1. The big series, I think, must be Jacksonville State and Liberty. Liberty 9-3 in the conference, and Jacksonville State still undefeated in 12 games in conference play. Runner at first with 1 out. The batter is Colton Coates, the second baseman. There's a toss over to first and the runner back. Louisiana Tech does not steal a lot of bases. They have a total of 21 for the season. Compares to the Raiders' 41 stolen bases. Pitch to the plate. Right in there for a call strike. 0-1. Coates, the switch hitter, batting right-handed against the left-hander Alderman. Infield double play depth at second and short. Runner does go. They've got him picked off. Throw to second. He is going to be out at second base. That will be the pitcher to Dean O'Neill. O'Neill fired it down to Badalak, put the tag on Lunsford sliding in. So that is out number 2. That'll go down as a caught stealing. 1, 3, 6. If you're scoring. So 2 outs, base is empty. And the pitch to the plate is high for ball 1. 1-1 now to Coates. Now batting with 2 outs and the base is empty. I just got through saying they don't steal many bases, and off they go on the next pitch. But we got him out at second. Here is Alderman's pitch, and that was right in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Coates. Blue Raider left-hander pitches out of the stretch, whether there's a runner or not. That's a ground ball to second. Clap up with it over to first, and that's going to do it for Louisiana Tech in the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left on base. So we've completed 1 full inning. Middle Tennessee nothing and Louisiana Tech nothing. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's Locker Room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's Locker Room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Scoreless game as we go to the top of the second inning. Right-hander Declan Dahl on the mound for the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech. He is out of Asley, Texas, which is a new one on me. Transfer from Seminole State College in Oklahoma. 6'3", 200 pounds. And he is their normal Friday night starter. This is Lane Akers. Akers, Clapp, and O'Neill scheduled hitters here in the second inning for the Raiders, who went down in 1-2-3 order in the top of the first. And the pitch to the plate, a little bit high for ball 1. Akers at .321 for the season. Skies one down the right field line. That is going to tail off and be foul. There's not a lot of foul room. As you get down to the team's bullpens, it narrows off considerably to about, I would say, 10 to 12 feet from the foul line to the bullpen fence. 1-1, the count to Akers. Takes a strike called, and it's 1-2. Lane was at first base for most of the Jacksonville State series. He's back in the DH spot for this game. The pitch hit right past the pitcher into center field and a base hit. And that has to shake the pitcher up a little bit, because that ball was hit sharply and right back at him. So that's the first hit for the Blue Raiders, a sharp single to center for Lane Akers. He's at first base, and the batter is Cooper Clapp. Raider second baseman stands in at .321 for the year with 5 home runs. And Dahl's pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Once you get here to Ruston, it's always a pleasure to come out to the ballpark. You see some old friends, and they treat you very well down here. Pitch is swung on and missed. 1-1. Of course, we still miss our friend and the longtime broadcaster for the Bulldogs, Dave Nitz. And the home radio booth is dedicated to him. Unfortunately, we lost him about a year ago. There's a swing and a foul back. The count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. There goes the train. That must be the 625 rolling by the outside the right field fence here at J.C. Love Field. You could probably hear the clickety-clack of the rails as the train has passed by. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clapp takes it outside, gets past the catcher, and that's going to be a wild pitch. Ball will go back to the backstop. That will send Akers to second base. That pitch was high and outside. The catcher, Birch, got his glove on it, couldn't hang on, and down to second goes Lane Akers. 2-2 the count to Cooper Clapp. Pickoff play at second, and Akers is back in there. The shortstop moved in behind him to take the throw. Now, they overshifted last inning when Rogers came up, but this time they're played it fairly close to the vest. Shortstop playing behind the runner. Ball is hit in the air into right center. Akers is going to tag. It's fairly deep out there. Ball is caught. Akers on his way to third, and the throw is cut off, and the Raiders have a runner at third with 1 out. So that would be a productive out as it advanced the runner into better scoring position at third base and just 1 out. Here's Dean O'Neill. Dean playing first base tonight. Stands in with a .316 average. 9 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Leads the team in both those departments. Pitch to the plate, swung on, ground ball. The runner's coming home. Third baseman has it, fires to first in time, but the run is in. That was a high turf hop to the third baseman, and Lunsford did not have a play at the plate. Lane Akers was off and moving with the crack of the bat. So a put out third to first, but give Dean O'Neill his 36th run batted in of the season, and the Raiders with an early 1-0 lead. 2 outs, base is empty for Nathan Brewer. Dahl with the pitch, and Brewer takes the strike. 0-1. Second baseman playing close to the bag at second and fairly deep on the infield. Second baseman 2 steps back on the outfield grass for this left-handed hitter. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Count will go to 0-2 on Nathan Brewer. Raiders with a run here in the second inning, leading 1-0. Dahl with the pitch. He had started to the dugout That was a pretty good-looking pitch, but it was called ball one. Crowd lets the plate umpire know that they were not pleased with that call. 1-2 the count. And the pitch to the plate is swung on and missed, strike three. Good high fastball from Dahl. Gets Brewer to end the inning. But the Raiders come up with 1 run on 1 hit. And nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Middle Tennessee 1, Louisiana Tech nothing. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. Raiders leading 1-0. Conference USA just announced their outstanding students for the spring and fall semesters of 2025, and these are all members of the Blue Raider baseball team who were honored with outstanding achievement, which includes a 3.75 grade point average or better. These Blue Raiders, Ollie Akins, senior, redshirt freshman Ryder Harville, Drew Horn, Tyler Minnick, John Michael Pickens, Grant Snyder, and Brett Rogers, all receiving this high academic award. And we know a lot of hard work goes into that, so congratulations to those guys. This is Eli Birch to lead it off in the second inning against Alderman. Pops this one back foul and out of play for strike one. One strike to count. Left-hander delivers, and this one is popped up in the infield. Clapp coming in. Second baseman is under it, and he's got it for out number one. That was a high infield pop-up. Cooper Clapp came in within 2 or 3 steps of the infield turf to make that catch. One out. The batter is Wesley Scott, the center fielder. He is a switch hitter, second switch hitter in their lineup. He's batting right-handed against Chandler Alderman. Scott at .234 for the season. Pitch to him is outside for ball one. Scott is a native of Dallas and played at Division II Ouachita Baptist School out of Arkadelphia, Arkansas. So this is his first year at Louisiana Tech. Ball 2 is outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Scott. One out here in the bottom of the second inning. The Blue Raiders leading 1-0. To pitch Alderman, and that's a swing and a foul over by the Bulldog dugout. 2 balls and a strike. Scott will be followed by the DH Casey McCoy. The left-hander comes set in the pitch. Grounded, line drive over the head of Badalak into left center for a base hit. And that'll be the second hit off Alderman. With 1 out, the batter is Casey McCoy. That line drive just kept rising. I thought Badalak might be able to snare it, but it was one of those rising line drives. Here is McCoy. He's the DH. He is a freshman, so this is his first year with the Bulldogs. Pitch to the plate. It's taken for a strike, 0-1. McCoy out of Dutchtown High School in Prairieville, Louisiana. He was a 3-time All-State player in this state. Throw over to first, runner back. McCoy's grandfather played baseball for LSU, so it's kind of in the family. High pop up in the infield. Badalak coming in right behind the pitcher's mound. He'll take it for out number 2. So that's a couple of infield pop-ups. And with 2 outs, a runner at first, the batter is Gustafson. He's the left fielder and a right-handed batter. First year with the program, transferred from the State College of Florida, where he played 2 years. Pitch to the plate is high for ball 1. Scott, the runner at first, with 2 outs. Left-hander Chandler Alderman checks the runner at first. And the pitch. Check swing, they appeal, and the first base umpire says no, he did not go. So 2-0 is the count. 2 outs here in the second inning. Raiders got a run in the top of the inning. A single, a long fly ball, moved the runner to second, and a ground ball scored Lane Akers. There's a ground ball to third. Von Dolan's got it. Throw to first in time for the out. And that's going to be all in the second inning for the Bulldogs. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. So we have completed 2 full innings here in Ruston, Louisiana. Middle Tennessee 1, Louisiana Tech 0. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
And we go to the top half of inning number 3. Raiders will have their number 8 and 9 hitters and then go back to the top of the batting order against the right-hander Declan Dahl. Dahl making his 9th start of the season. So he has started in the rotation every opportunity, as has Chandler Alderman for the Blue Raiders. Here's Brett Von Dolan. Von Dolan hitting .246. 3 home runs for the Blue Raider third baseman. The pitch to him is in there for a strike. Fastball at the letters. 0-1. Outfield playing him straight away, as is the infield. Dahl, the right-hander, delivers. That's a strike called, and it's 0-2. A couple of those four-seam fastballs on the first two pitches to Von Dolan. Count 0-2. And the pitch. Missed outside for ball one. Do him another fastball. One ball, two strikes. And the right-hander's pitch is swung on, hit in the hole, backhanded by the shortstop. Can't come up with it. Throws late to first. We'll have to get a ruling on that, as the shortstop, Minuet, went in the hole, got his glove on it, could not come up with it cleanly. And they haven't put anything up on the scoreboard yet to indicate hit or error. But Von Dolan is at first base. Now they do have an error up for La Tech. That'll be an E6. Von Dolan at first with nobody out. The batter is Clay Badalak. And he bunts. Oh, it's in the air. Second baseman has it and almost caught Von Dolan, who was trying to scramble back to first base. Badalak bunted it in the air, and it was far enough that the second baseman raced in and made the catch, and he was close enough to the base. He was able to run and try to tag Von Dolan getting back. Von Dolan just got back to the base in time. That'll go down as an infield pop-up, but it was an unusual play on a bunt that was popped up. So one out, runner still at first, the batter Owen Nowak. Popped out to the shortstop as the Raiders' leadoff hitter in the first inning. Takes the first pitch for ball one. One ball, no strikes. Right-hander comes set, and there's a ball hit to center field. Dropping, it is going to fall in for a hit. Right in front of the center fielder, Scott, who was charging in. The shortstop going out, but neither had a chance to get that one. So the Raiders have runners at first and second with one out. And the batter is Tyler Minnick, grounded to short in the first inning. Bulldog infield, double play depth. Minnick takes the strike call. 0-1. Tyler's behind the plate doing the catching tonight for the Raiders. And the pitch swung on, foul straight back. Count will be strike two. The left field fence here is a double-decker. The regular outfield fence looks to be about 10 to 12 feet tall, and then in left field there's an extra layer of signs on top of that fence. There's ball one and two, which makes that fence probably about 18 to 20 feet tall. And in right field, they just have the single fence, and that is the short field here, especially in right center, where it's only 350. Minnick takes it outside for ball two, 2-2. Runners at first and second with one out. Von Dolan, who reached on an error, is at second, and Nowak with that base hit is at first. Dahl checks the runners and delivers outside for ball three. Count will go full at 3-2. Well, the plate umpire here is getting a lot of help from the stands, and I know he appreciates that, all the help he can get. Full count, 3-2. Dahl, the right-hander, delivers, and a swing and a foul out of play. The count holds at 3-2. Raiders leading here and have 2 runners on in the 3rd inning. 3-ball, 2-strike count to Tyler Minnick. Ball is hit in the air into left center. Center fielder Scott coming over, camps under it, and on the big logo out in left center field, he'll haul it in for out number 2. So 2 outs, runners first and second. The batter is Brett Rogers. Fly to center field in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. Rogers stands in from the left side. And the pitch is swung on and hit in the right center field. Scott coming on. He is there and makes the catch for out number 3. Rogers, after that first pitch, flies to center for the 2nd straight at bat. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Middle Tennessee 1, Louisiana Tech nothing. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And just like the Raiders in the top of the inning, the Bulldogs will have their 8-9 hitters and then go back to the top of the batting order. Cade Patterson, the right fielder, number 8 hitter, will stand in from the left side against the left-hander, Chandler Alderman. Patterson, 207 average with 4 home runs. He's in his 3rd year with the program here. Redshirt sophomore. Pitch to the plate is swung on and missed, strike 1. Patterson is a native of Ruston, so he's a homegrown talent. Went to Ruston High School here. Alderman's pitch shortened up and took a strike call, 0-2. Showed bunt momentarily, and Bondolan charging in from 3rd, but did not offer to pitch, so it's 2 strikes. And this one misses outside for ball 1. 1-2 to Patterson. He'll be followed by Minuet, the shortstop. There's a swing and a ground ball up the middle. That gets through for a base hit. So a leadoff single by Patterson starts the 3rd inning for the Bulldogs. The batter will be Brecken Minuet, the shortstop.
Now for the Bulldogs, shortstop number 19, Brecken Minuet.
Minuet is a junior out of Houston. And that comes here from McLennan Community College, so this is his first year as a Bulldog. He's around to bunt, lays it down, picked up by Alderman. The throw to first is late, and both runners are safe. Minuet showed great speed coming down the line and beat it out. So give him an infield hit on that. He was really trying to sacrifice and move the runner to second. So that would be hit number 4 off Chandler Alderman, and runners first and second with no outs. The batter is Colby Lunsford. Had a base hit in the first inning, then got picked off first. Alderman comes set, and he bunts. Gonna be caught by Alderman, and everybody else gets back. Both runners got back to the base in time. Because Dean O'Neill was charging when he showed bunt, he was not in place at first base to take a throw, and Clapp, who was going that way, had yet to get there. So that's just an out. Pop out to the pitcher for out number 1. Batter is Trey Halsey, strikeout victim in the first inning. Left-handed hitters, Alderman delivers and misses inside for ball 1. Bulldogs have them at first and second with 1 out. Raiders had the same situation in their half of the inning, could not score. Alderman throws back to second, and runner easily back. From what I can tell, there's a nice crowd on hand tonight. I can't see the lower grandstand. There's a ball hit in the air. That's going to be an automatic infield fly rule. Be taken by Cooper Clapp, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 outs in the third inning. Colton Coates, second baseman, switch hitter, will bat right-handed. He grounded out to Clapp in the first inning. So first and second, 2 outs. We're in the bottom half of inning number 3. Raiders leading 1-0. Alderman comes set, and the pitch is into the turf. Stopped by Tyler Minnick. That's ball 1. It skipped up there and blew up a little turf dust right in front of home plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Runners lead at first and second. The pitch is hit into right center field. Rogers coming in under it, and he's got it. That's going to do it for Louisiana Tech here in the third inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left. Here are your totals after 3 complete innings. For Middle Tennessee, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. And for Louisiana Tech, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Raiders lead it 1-0 as we go to the 4th inning. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Throw goes down to second. We're set to play in the 4th. Raiders will have Lane Akers to lead it off. Akers, Clapp, and O'Neill here in the 4th inning against the right-hander Declan Dahl. Now making his 9th start. Impressive strikeout numbers, although he has had only 1 strikeout in this game. Akers had a base hit, single up the middle in the 2nd inning, and came around to score the Raiders' only run. The only run in this game so far. First pitch in for a strike. And the pitch. Strike called, and it's 0-2. So Akers down 2 strikes, and the right-hander delivers a swing and a foul back. Tried to get him to chase a high fastball, and he put a pretty good swing on it, fouled it straight back. Akers singled in the 2nd inning, went to 2nd on a wild pitch, tagged and went to 3rd on a fly ball, and scored on a ground out by O'Neill for the Raiders' only run. Another 2-strike pitch on the way, and it's bounced to short. Minuet has it. Throw to first. Akers made it close, but he was out by a step. That's 1 out here in the 4th. Cooper Clapp hit that fly ball into right center field that allowed Akers to tag and go to 3rd and eventually score the only run of the game. So Clapp stands in from the left side against the right-hander Dahl, whose first pitch is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch high and inside, ball 2. There's a seating area, kind of a berm outside the right field wall, but most of the people out there are leaning up on the right field, on top of the right field fence, kind of like the railbirds that they are. Pitch is outside, ball 3, and it's 3-0 to Clapp. There's also a little tent set up out there. I guess somebody's having a picnic. And they do have a picnic area down the right field line, which seems to be pretty full right now. 3 balls, no strikes. Pitches in for a strike, 3-1. 1 out here in the 4th inning. Raiders leading 1-0. They do have some luxury boxes and seating on either side of the press box here. That, boy, that is a nice crowd that's here in the grandstand down below. It's my first look at it. Pitch was fouled out of play, and now it's 3-2 to Clapp with 1 out here in the 4th. Dahl delivers and walked him on a high outside pitch that was well outside the strike zone. Raiders have the base runner in the 2nd with 1 out. Cooper Clapp drawing a base on balls, and the batter is Dean O'Neill. O'Neill's infield ground out drove in Akers from 3rd base with the only run of the game so far. It was O'Neill's 36th RBI of the season and leads the team in that respect. Throw to first, Clapp is back. Shadows from the grandstand, which here in Ruston will start from behind the press box and creep out toward the right side of the infield. Just about reach the pitcher's mound. There's a balk. They've called a balk on the pitcher. And that will send Clapp down to 2nd base. It will also bring the head coach, who is Lane Burroughs, out of the dugout to ask about that balk call. Lane Burroughs is in his 10th year as the head coach here. And now the pitching coach, who is Cooper Fouts, will use this break in the action to go out and talk to his pitcher. So the coach came out of the third base dugout immediately to question the call, and then a few seconds later, the pitching coach came out to have a little conference on the mound with the pitcher and the infielders. So the Raiders have a runner at second with one out after the balk call. And no count on the batter, Dean O'Neill. Dahl comes set, checks back at second, and the pitch to the plate. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Raiders have the runner in scoring position now with one out. O'Neill takes the pitch just a bit high for ball one, 1-1. These folks here in Louisiana love their baseball, and they also love to harass the home plate umpire, it appears. The pitch swung on, fouled back to the screen. The count will go to 1-2 on Dean O'Neill. In my opinion, we could use a little bit more of that at home for our home crowd. Here's the 1-2 pitch outside into the turf, a wild pitch, and that will send Cooper Clapp over to third. And that is the second wild pitch from Declan Dahl in this game. Dahl's last appearance was last Thursday, first game of the series at FIU. He was not involved in the decision. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, had 8 strikeouts, but FIU came back to win that game late, 7-4. There's a ball hit back to the pitcher. Will throw to the plate. They've got Clapp hung up in a rundown. The throw back to third is in time for the out, and that will take care of the Raider scoring threat, but O'Neill will be at first base on a fielder's choice. Ball was hit sharply right back to the pitcher, and Clapp was not halfway, but almost halfway down the line at third. They went to the catcher and then back to third base for the putout. So 2 outs, a runner at first, and the batter is Nathan Brewer. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That was unfortunate for the Raiders because O'Neill hit a shot, but it just took one hop and the pitcher gloved it and then made that play on Clapp. Brewer looks at strike 2, took a little bit off that pitch and got it over. Two outs and 2 strikes to count on Nathan Brewer. Brewer struck out in the second inning. And the right-hander delivers and struck him out with a high fastball. That's all in the 4th for the Raiders. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. And one man left. We will go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Middle Tennessee 1, Louisiana Tech 0. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
And before we get into the bottom of the fourth inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports. WGNS. Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
Dick Palmer with you from Ruston, Louisiana. Game one of a 3-game series between these two Conference USA opponents. For the Bulldogs in the bottom of the fourth, Eli Birch, the catcher, will lead off, followed by Scott and McCoy. Left-hander Chandler Alderman with the first pitch to Birch, and it's in for a strike, 0-1. Birch popped out to Cooper Clapp in the second inning. The pitch swung on, grounded in the hole, cut off by Bondolan, throw to first in time. Nice play by Brett Bondolan, moving into the hole between third and short. And that is out number one. Birch grounds out, third to first. Here's Scott. Had a base hit up the middle in the second inning, but was left stranded. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Pitch is swung on, grounded foul past third. That'll kick back over, and the third base umpire will pick it up, throw it out. 1 strike to Scott. Well, most of the clouds that we had up overhead have drifted off. Still see some in the distance. Pitch is just low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Scott. 81 degrees at game time. A little bit of a breeze out of the east-southeast. Strike called, and it's 1-2 to Scott. Chandler Alderman, third year for the Blue Raiders. Pitched a no-hitter his freshman year early in the season. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Is swung on and fouled straight back. One ball and 2 strikes to Scott. There's 1 out here in the fourth. Raiders leading 1-0. And the pitch is swung on, grounded to third. Bondolan has it. Long throw into the turf on 2 hops, grabbed by O'Neill at first base. Bondolan threw a 2-hopper to first base, but on this turf you get some true hops. That's out number 2. And the batter is Casey McCoy, the DH. He popped out in the second inning. Two outs, bases empty. And the left-hander Alderman with the pitch, and it is inside for ball 1. McCoy, the freshman out of Prairieville, Louisiana. We didn't pass that one on the way down. I don't know where that is. Pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2-0. Count to McCoy, hitting .244, 2 home runs in his initial college baseball season. 2 balls, no strikes. Alderman delivers a bouncing ball to short, charging Badalak. got it over to first in time. 3 ground balls in the 4th inning. That will retire the Bulldogs with 3 up and 3 down, nothing across. We have completed 4 full innings. Middle Tennessee 1 and Louisiana Tech nothing. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Bandwagon.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
And we go to the 5th inning. Raiders leading 1-0. We'll have Bondolan and Badalak, and then go back to the top of the batting order. Throw goes down to second, and we're set to play here in the 5th. Beautiful evening for baseball, but then most of them are, aren't they? Bondolan was safe on an error in the 3rd inning. Raiders had a threat there, but did not get a run home. Declan Dahl with the pitch. Bondolan takes a strike call. Right-hander pitches from the set position and delivers a swing and a ball hit into left field. Coming in and taking it is the left fielder Gustafson. That is out number 1 here in the 5th. And the batter is Clay Badalak. Ball doesn't seem to be traveling too far as fly balls are concerned. Maybe it's just the pitching has been that good. 1 out. Badalak popped out attempting to bunt in the 3rd inning. Takes a big cut at this one, fouls it out of play to the left. 1 strike. They shift around a little bit for the left-handed hitter. Not drastic. Does leave a bit of a hole between 3rd and short. Here's the 1 strike pitch, and Badalak takes it high for ball 1, 1-1. Owen Nowak waiting to hit next. And the pitch. Missed outside for ball 2. 2-1 to Badalak. Dahl has walked 1 and struck out 2 in 4 innings. The pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. Count levels off at 2-2. Now they will shift. They put the 3rd baseman all the way into short right field, like a short fielder in softball. Play the 2nd baseman and the shortstop a little closer to the bag up the middle. The pitch is swung on and foul tipped back into the catcher's mitt. That'll go in the books as a strikeout. That'll be the 3rd strikeout for Dahl. And with 2 outs, base is empty. Owen Nowak will stand in. Popped out in the 1st inning. He singled up the middle in the 3rd. Nowak starting the 3rd time through the batting order for the Raiders. And Dahl's pitch on the way is taken for a strike. Just caught the outside corner. 0-1 to the left-handed hitter, Owen Nowak. From Wisconsin and out of junior college there. The pitch missed inside, 1-1. Right-hander comes set and delivers a pitch hit into right center. Right fielder over, and he will take it for out number 3. Nowak flies to Patterson in right field for the 3rd out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Raiders in the top of the 5th. Nothing across. And we're halfway home in this game. Still Middle Tennessee 1, Louisiana Tech nothing. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Take you into the bottom of the 5th inning, bottom 3rd of the Louisiana Tech order. Ready to face Chandler Alderman here in the 5th inning.
Now driver the ball. Let's go number 5, Hayden Gustafson.
Here's Gustafson, the left fielder, grounded out in the 2nd inning. Right-handed batter. Standing in against the lefty, Chandler Alderman. And his first pitch is hit to center field. Nowak coming in. He'll take it head high for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th inning. That will bring up Patterson, who had a single in the 3rd. One of 4 hits for the Bulldogs. They about hit the Raiders 4-2, but the Raiders have the only run of the game up on the board that scored in the top of the 2nd inning. So 1 out. Patterson, a left-handed hitter. Against the left-hander Alderman, the pitch is right in there for a call strike. 0-1. Raiders swing around and play Patterson as a pull hitter. Strike caught the outside corner, 0-2. Alderman with a 2-strike pitch and a ball lined into left center for a base hit. Nowak over quickly, but he's not going to be able to get it back in time, and that's a double for Patterson. Now this is the number 8 hitter, hitting .207 for the season, has 2 hits tonight off the left-hander, Alderman. So a runner at second, 1 out. The batter is Brecken Menuet, the shortstop. Tried to bunt in the 1st inning and beat it out for a base hit. And the pitch to the plate, swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 on, 1 out here in the 5th. Alderman glances back at second, delivers outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball actually got down into the turf. Minnick was there to keep it from going through. 1-1. Patterson, a 1-out double. The runner at second with Alderman facing the number 9 hitter. Now he turns Alderman and throws back to second. And that was not a serious pickoff attempt. 1-1 the count. Lefty comes set. And the pitch is low for a ball. I think Alderman wanted that call, but didn't get it. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Hit to left field. Brewer going back. He has got it, fires it quickly back into the infield, and the runner at second will stay put. So Minuet hit it solidly, but right at Nathan Brewer in left field, and that's out number 2.
Number 16, Bobby Lunsford.
Now Lunsford, the leadoff man, who singled in the first inning and then was picked off first base. And he popped out in the third inning trying to bunt. So he is 1 for 2. It's a runner at second with 2 outs. Lunsford, a right-handed batter. Throws back to second. That a little bit more of a serious pickoff throw back to second. So they're keeping a sharp eye on the runner at second, who is Patterson. Alderman comes set. The pitch missed inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Raider left-hander ready to work and delivers a strike right in there, 1-1. We're in the bottom half of inning number 5. Raiders with an early run in the second inning, leading 1-0. Alderman with a 1-1 pitch and a ground ball in the hole. Clapp can't get it. Patterson's rounding third. Ball gets by Rogers and going into second, and now the runner may try for third, but he changes his mind and goes back to second. The throw coming in got away from Badlack, I guess, who was covering second. Rolled all the way to the pitcher's mound, and the runner on second had a notion to go to third. Base hit and a run batted in for Lunsford. So coming in to score was Patterson. And Lunsford went to second on a play in the outfield. They might charge an error to Rogers on that. They have not put it up yet. So we're tied. That was the 6th hit for the Bulldogs. Halsey bounces one to first, knocked down by O'Neill. He'll throw to the pitcher covering. Not in time. The runner's coming home. He is going to be safe at home. The ball was there in plenty of time, and the plate umpire indicates to Minnick that the tag was missed. So Lunsford comes in to score. Halsey down at first. That ball was bobbled a little bit by O'Neill, and then the throw to the pitcher covering was not in time. Coach Myers out of the dugout. That run will put Louisiana Tech in the lead 2-1. They do have an error up on the board. but I don't know who they charged it to. Could have been to Rogers on the ball that allowed Lunsford to go to second base. Or it could have been on the either that or the throwback in. So now with 2 outs in the inning and 2 runs in, the play is going to be reviewed. We've got a monitor in here. We can look at it. So the ground ball was bobbled by O'Neill, and the throw to first to the pitcher covering was not in time, and it appears to be that was the correct call. At the plate, well, I can't tell on that from that angle whether the tag was missed or not. The ball was there in plenty of time, so I think this is what they are appealing, was the play at the plate, not the play at first, but the play at first was close enough to take another look at. So we've had a look at it in here. And I really couldn't tell from that angle whether Minnick made the tag or not. So the play is under video review. Meanwhile, Alderman continues to keep warm by throwing some pitches to Tyler Minnick at home plate. So waiting on the verdict. If the play at the plate is allowed, then that would be the second run in the inning for the Bulldogs. Halsey, who hit that ground ball to O'Neill, will be at first. I don't know if they're going to charge an error to O'Neill on the ground ball or to Rogers on the play in the outfield that allowed Lunsford to go to second base. But there's an error on the board somewhere in that inning. Has to be. Maybe more than one. And while we're waiting, the batter is going to be Colton Coates. With nearly 200 majors and concentrations for undergraduates and more than 100 graduate programs, Middle Tennessee State University does have something for everyone, including more than 50 online degrees. If you want high-quality, affordable education, it's not too late to apply. Learn more at mtsu.edu. Umpires are coming back on the field. They call the runner at the plate safe, so that upholds the decision on the field. Puts Louisiana Tech in the lead by a score of 2-1. The batter will be Colton Coates. Their third place hitter has grounded out and flied out 0 for 2. So Alderman was coasting along, but gave up a 1-out hit to Patterson. First pitch is low and inside, ball 1 to Coates. And he got the next batter on a fly ball, but Lunsford bounced a single into right field to score Patterson, and then he came around to score on the what may be an error charged to O'Neill. Pitch is fouled out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alderman comes set. And the pitch to the plate is over but low for ball 2. 2-1 the count on Coates. Switch hitter batting right-handed. Infield playing him straight up. There's a strike called, and it goes to 2-2 now on Coates. So 2 runs in the inning for Louisiana Tech. They lead 2-1. And the pitch. Pretty good looking pitch called ball 3, 3-2. And that is the first 3-ball count that Alderman has had in this game. Runner will be moving with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. I think he forgot to run. There's a ball hit into center field fairly deep. Nowak under it, makes the catch, and that is out number 3. So that's all in the 5th. But for the Bulldogs, they come up with 2 runs on a pair of hits. There was an error and 1 man left on base. We have played 5 full innings. It's Louisiana Tech 2 and Middle Tennessee 1. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Raiders have fallen behind 2-1 as we go to the 6th inning. And I'm going to use a reverse jinx now on La Tech because the Raiders have not had a home run since the New Mexico State series at home on the 29th of March. Dean O'Neill hit the last home run for the Raiders, and they haven't had one since. Old South Properties is our home run sponsor, and so it's time to take it home. Need to hit one out of this ballpark, tie the game up. Here's Tyler Minnick, just the guy to do it. 0 for 2, grounded out and flied out. First pitch in for a strike. Declan Dahl, the right-hander. Pitches out of the set position. And Minnick, check swing and a strike called. First base umpire rings him up. 0-2 the count now to Minnick. Minnick, Rogers, and Akers here in the 6th. The 0-2 pitch coming and swung on, hit high in the air but foul down the left side. That was going to be out of play. Count holding at 2 strikes. Dahl ready to work the 2-strike pitch on the way, and he struck him out swinging on an outside pitch. 1 out in the 6th. And that will be strikeout number 4 for Dahl. Batter is Brett Rogers, who twice has flied to center field, 0 for 2. shift a little bit for Rogers, playing him as a left-handed pull hitter. Pitch to him is swung on and missed, strike one. Dahl getting in a little bit of a groove now. He has retired 5 in a row after kind of a shaky start. He's only allowed 2 hits. The pitch. That one just missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Playing in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 the count to Brett Rogers. Lane Akers waiting to hit next. And the pitch to the plate, low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rogers. Brett hitting .347. Dahl with a 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Pretty good looking pitch, a good fastball, and back-to-back strikeouts here in the 6th inning. The batter will be Lane Akers with 2 outs and the bases empty. Akers singled and scored in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. Lane, a redshirt freshman out of Siegel High School. He is our DH tonight. The pitch outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Dahl's pitch taken for a strike, and it's 1-1. So 6 straight, and 3 of those have been strikeouts. Dahl has amped up his game here. There's a ball hit foul down the right side. That'll be out of play. Count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is the 43rd game in the series between these 2 schools who've been in a couple of different conferences together. And of course, La Tech is leaving Conference USA after this season. But they have the overall lead 24-18 over Middle Tennessee. In fact, they took 2 out of 3 last year in Murfreesboro. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lane Akers. Dahl with the pitch and a ground ball to short. Shortstop up with it, over to first in time. And 2nd straight 3 up, 3 down inning for the Bulldogs. Nothing across in the 6th. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Louisiana Tech leading by a score of 2-1. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Ben Wagner.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
So we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Raiders trailing by a score of 2-1. And standing in for the Bulldogs to lead off the 6th is the catcher, Eli Birch. He's their cleanup hitter. Birch has popped out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. Bats from the right side. Chandler Alderman starting his 6th inning with the pitch. High for ball 1. Well, Missouri State has beaten Delaware in their first game of their series up east. Pitch is low for a ball. 2-0 the count. I didn't get a score, but the updated standings show Missouri State with a 10-3 record now. So they are a winner tonight. Apparently the only final we've had. Turned a little bit too soon on that fastball and drove it out of play foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Looks like FIU has beaten Kennesaw, dropping Kennesaw to 6-7 in the league. So those 2 finals are in. The ball driven into left center, a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Birch is on his way to second. He's in there with a stand-up double. Got it in the gap out in left center field. Second straight inning now, double has been recorded. That's hit number 7 for the Bulldogs. And their second double in the game. And the batter is Wesley Scott, the center fielder. Right-handed batter. Alderman checks the runner at second. And the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air into center field. Nowak back. That one is going to be gone. That's over the center field wall. The Bats have come out of their slumber here in Ruston as Louisiana Tech has picked up 2 more runs in the 6th inning. And they will now lead it by a score of 4-1. The home run by Wesley Scott over the center field wall, just to the left of the 380 sign. That'll bring Jerry Myers out of the Blue Raider dugout. And that is home run number 3 on the season for Wesley Scott. So it is now a 4-1 game. Alderman will stay in. Pitch to Casey McCoy. He's retired him twice on a pop-up to short and a ground ball to short. So 2 runs in the 5th inning, 2 more here in the 6th, and La Tech out in front, 4-1. Alderman's pitch, this is for ball 1. Chandler has just had trouble getting into late innings, and apparently that's come back to haunt him here tonight. Check swing, that's all 2. 2-0 the count to McCoy. It was last season at home that he threw that complete game 4-3 win over Louisiana Tech in the final game of the series. Pitch misses low for ball 3, 3-0. And the Raider left-hander comes back and walked him on 4 pitches. That is his first base on balls. And now we're going to have a pitching change. So after a double and a home run, a base on balls, and we'll have a new pitcher coming in from the bullpen. We're going to take a break while he comes in, and we'll tell you about him in just a minute. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
New pitcher for the Blue Raiders is left-hander Colin Kerrigan. He'll come on here to replace Alderman with no outs in the 6th inning and a runner at first base. And 2 runs already in. He'll face the number 7 hitter Gustafson. So Colin Kerrigan on with a runner at first and no outs. And the left-hander delivers inside for ball 1. So the Raiders replace a left-hander with another left-hander. Kerrigan pitched on Tuesday against Lipscomb. There's a ball hit into right field. Rogers settling under it, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 out in the 6th.
Now batting ball, right field number 4, Kay Patterson.
Kerrigan pitched against Lipscomb, walked a couple of guys in the 9th inning and had to come out, but got credit for the win when the Raiders scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Patterson, left-handed hitter, has a single and a double, and has scored a run. The pitch high and inside, ball 1. So Patterson really is the villain as far as the Raiders are concerned, the number 8 hitter with a .207 average, with a single and a double, and that double in the 5th inning really got them jump-started. The pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike to Patterson. He's the local youngster from here in Ruston. He was injured his freshman year, so this is his 3rd year with the program. He's listed as a redshirt sophomore. Grounder to third. They're not going to get him. That ball hit slowly down the line, would not go foul. Von Dolan finally had to pick it up and just eat it, as that will be an infield hit and the 3rd hit of the game for Patterson.
Now down the Bulldogs, shortstop number 19, Rickett.
So hit number 1 off Kerrigan. Down to second is McCoy. First and second, 1 out. And the batter is Minuet, the shortstop. He has an infield hit and is flied to left. Pitch to the plate. It's taken for a strike, 0-1. Brecken Minuet. And left-hander Kerrigan ready to work and delivers low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alderman goes 5 innings plus. He's given up 4 runs. He is responsible for the runner at second base. Ground ball, the pitcher's got it. Throws to second. Bad throw. Pulled Clapp off the base, and the bases are loaded. Kerrigan was going to go to second for the force, or maybe try to get a double play, but made a bad throw to second. That's an E1. Second error for the Raiders, and could be the 3rd. So the bases are loaded with 1 out, and the top of the batting order, Lunsford stands in, takes the pitch low for ball 1. Lunsford has 2 hits and 3 trips, both singles. His hit to right field in the 5th inning drove in the first run for the Bulldogs. Swung on, hit in the gap in the left center. A base hit, 1 run will score. The second runner coming in, and they will have 2 more. McCoy scores. That ball did not get to the wall, but it was hit sharp enough that both runners came in to score. And it's now a 6-1 game. Minuet stopped at second. Second hit off Kerrigan. One of those runs is charged to Alderman, the other to Kerrigan. Pickoff play at second and out at second. So the Raiders picked the runner off second. Cooper Clapp with the tag on, who was that? That was Minuet down at second. So that's the second out in the inning. Runner at first, Lunsford, with that 2 RBI single, and the batter is Halsey. Takes the pitch outside for ball 1. This has just been a disastrous inning. 4 hits, an error, and a walk. Halsey swings through it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kerrigan throws to first. Runner back. And a pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Halsey is the 8th man to bat in the 6th inning. 4 runs have scored to go with the 2 they got in the 5th. 6-1 lead for Louisiana Tech. Ground ball, base hit to right field. Lunsford turns at second. He will hold up there. Throw comes back into the infield. And now the 9th man to bat in the inning is coming up. It's hit number 3 off Kerrigan. And now 11 hits in the game for the Bulldogs. Well, they've given the Raiders another error somewhere, but I think that's probably correct. First pitch from Kerrigan inside to Colton Coates for ball 1. Raiders just have not played a clean game in the field, and it's cost them. 1 ball, no strikes. Kerrigan with the pitch. That one misses for ball 2. 2-0. There's ball 3 outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Runners at first and second, and if he throws ball 4, he's going to load them up. And there it is, ball 4. So the bases are loaded, 2 outs. And batting for the second time in the inning will be the catcher, Eli Birch. Led off with a double into left center. Time called. Minnick out to have a word with Kerrigan. I'm sure the Raider bullpen is heating up, but we can't see it from here. It's completely blocked out of our vision. So the 10th man to bat in the inning is Birch.
Now to bat for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs have put up 4 runs, and they're threatening to get more. Kerrigan ready to go. And the pitch. Over but low, ball 1. Kerrigan's had trouble finding the strike zone, and when he has found it, they've hit it. Pitch to the plate. Inside, gets away. The runner's coming in from third, and that's another run on the board on a wild pitch. Coming in to score was Lunsford. That will make it 7-1. And the Raiders are just unraveling here in the 6th inning. First base is open now, and I think we're going to have another pitching change. Coach Myers makes that slow walk to the mound. We'll have another pitcher coming in. So we'll take a break. Be back to tell you about the pitching change. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
So another pitching change for the Raiders as Landon Birch will come out of the bullpen. Senior. He'll inherit a 2-ball, no-strike count to, oddly enough, Eli Birch. Spells his name B-E-R-C-H. Landon spells his last name B-U-R-C-H. But he will be pitching to Birch with 2 outs and runners at second and third. After the wild pitch. 2 balls, no strikes would be the count on Birch. Birch pitched on Tuesday against Lipscomb, went 2 2/3 innings. And 2 2/3 good innings. The only run he gave up was a solo home run. So Birch against Birch. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 1. Eli Birch, 10th man to bat in the inning. Runners second and third with 2 outs. Pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike, 2-2. Eli Birch steps out of the box, asks for time, stands back in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Landon Birch ready to pitch. And a fly ball down the right field line. Long run for Rogers. He'll make the catch in fair territory, just a step or 2 away from the right field foul line. So that is out number 3. But 10 men come to the plate in the 6th inning. They score 1, 2, 3, 4. They score 5 runs on 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 2 errors and 2 men left. Totals after 6 for Louisiana Tech. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For the Blue Raiders, 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors. Bulldogs lead 7-1 as we go to the 7th on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit, because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
And we go to the 7th inning for the Raiders. Cooper Clapp will lead it off. Clapp, O'Neill, and Brewer against Declan Dahl. First pitch is a strike called. Dahl has settled down. He has retired 3, 6, 7 in a row. Strike on the outside corner. The count is 0-2 to Clapp. Dahl went 6 innings in his last start, but was not involved in the decision. There's a swing and a foul out of play. Count will hold at 2 strikes. There's ball 1, 1-2 to Clapp. And the right-hander delivers. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the third base umpire on appeal. Count will go to 2-2. Right-hander delivers on a line drive off the glove of the shortstop into left field. That'll be a base hit for Clapp, leading off the 7th inning. The shortstop, Minuet, made a diving effort to catch that one. It just glanced off his glove and caromed off into left field. So with nobody out, the batter is Dean O'Neill.
Now the first number 12, Dean O'Neill.
And that snaps a string of 7 straight retired by Dahl. Pitch to O'Neill outside for ball 1. For the Raiders, that is only their 3rd hit of the game. Right-hander with the pitch and a bouncing ball to the first baseman. His only play will be to first, safe. And apparently the pitcher covering was pulled off the base. So the Raiders have the first 2 men on in the 7th inning. They will probably give an error to someone on that play. First baseman charged, got the ball and made a soft toss to the pitcher covering. Apparently, as the first base umpire signaled, he was pulled off the base. So time is called. We've got a meeting on the mound. The pitching coach for Louisiana Tech is out talking to his pitcher, catcher, and infielders. They've got a pitcher throwing in the bullpen, number 40. Oh, I have the alphabetical roster. That's not going to work. Thomas Allen is the pitcher throwing in the bullpen. Should be right at the top of that alphabetical order. Here's Nathan Brewer, who has struck out twice. Dahl's pitch to him is outside for ball 1. They've not put a hit up for the Raiders, nor have they put an error for the Bulldogs, so we don't know how they scored that play. Maybe just fielder's choice. Pitch was inside to Brewer for ball 2, 2-1. First and second, no outs. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kevin Nichols coaching at third, has had a lot of business tonight. Ryan Huber down at first, but the Raiders do have the first 2 men on here in the 7th inning. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2, and they're coming with Brewer with nothing but high, hard fastballs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He has struck out twice on that pitch, and he's standing in there at 2-2 right now. Dahl with the pitch, swinging a foul back, another fastball. Clapp at second, O'Neill at first, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Brewer down on strikes for the 3rd time. That's 6 strikeouts for Dahl, and half of them from Nathan Brewer. So 1 out, 1st and 2nd. The batter is Brett Von Dolen. He's reached on an error and flied out. Pitch outside, gets past the catcher, and runners advance to 2nd and 3rd. I would score that a passed ball were I scoring. So 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Von Dolen. Here's Dahl with the pitch. Fouled out of play to the right. 1-1. Clapp is at third and O'Neill at second. There's 1 out, the pitch. Ground foul past third. Jumped on a breaking ball. Fouled it off, 1-2. Right-hander comes set. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, struck him out. Had him waving at an outside pitch. And back-to-back strikeouts now after the first 2 men reached. Here's Clay Badalak. He has popped out and struck out. Stands in from the left side. First pitch to him, swung on and fouled off the screen. The count is strike 1 to Badalak. Raiders batting in the top of the 7th. Louisiana Tech leading by a score of 7-1. Strike called. That was a delayed call by the home plate umpire. The count's 0-2 to Badalak. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So the Raiders put the first 2 men on, and Dahl strikes out the next 3. No runs, a hit, and 2 left. 7th inning stretch time here in Ruston. With the score, Louisiana Tech 7 and Middle Tennessee 1. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
New pitcher for the Raiders here in the 7th inning, right-hander Abel Alberon will come on. Alberon started the Tuesday game against Lipscomb, went 3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. The runs were unearned because of his own throwing errors. So Alberon coming on. Glenn Birch goes a third of an inning after Kerrigan went 2/3. So Alberon becomes the 4th pitcher used by the Raiders tonight. Well, this game was sailing along 1-0 going into the bottom of the 5th inning, and it just has been creeping along ever since. Louisiana Tech 2 runs in the 5th to take the lead, and then 5 in the 6th. So Alberon will pitch to Wesley Scott, who had the 2-run home run in the 6th inning that kind of ignited that big inning. Scott is 2 for 3, single, ground out, and a home run. Swing and a foul back, strike 1. Here's Alberon's pitch, swung on and missed. Count will go to strike 2 on Wesley Scott. Scott, the number 5 hitter in the lineup. This pitch is outside for a ball, 1-2. Raiders 1 run in the 2nd inning. Louisiana Tech 2 in the 5th and 5 in the 6th for a 7-1 lead. That's where we are right now. Check swing, and he went around. Strike. Oh, he foul tipped it. Foul tipped. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander Abel Alberon, first year with the Raiders. 1-2 pitch, check swing, and he went. That is out number 1 here in the 7th. So Alberon gets a strikeout. First batter he faces, the batter is Casey McCoy. Grounded out twice and drew the only walk that Raiders have given up 2 walks, but the only walk that Alderman gave up came to McCoy. Hits it into right field. Rogers going back, and he'll watch that one sail over the right field fence. That is a solo home run for McCoy, his 3rd of the season. Over the short wall in right field. That will make it 8-1. The batter will be Gustafson.
Pitching for the Bulldogs, number 6, Seth Rowe.
Oh, we got a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter in for Gustafson. Swing and a foul. This is number 6, Zeb Rudell. Albron's pitch, a strike at the knees, 0-2. Rudell is a native of Monroe, just about 30 miles up the road. Swinging a foul out of play. Count holding at strike 2, so Rudell will more than likely go into left field to take Gustafson's spot out there, as he is listed as an outfielder. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Albron came on to start the 7th, struck out the first batter, and then gave up a home run to right field to McCoy. Check swing and the pitch low and outside. Ball 2. 2-2. And the pitch to the plate is swung on, drilled into right field. Rogers coming on, makes a running catch for out number 2 in the inning.
Now it's back to the Bulldogs, right to number 4, K. Patterson.
It is 8-1, Louisiana Tech. Alderman started, went 5 innings plus 3 batters in the 6th. Gave up 5 runs. I think 4 of those were earned, 8 hits. First pitch is ball 1 to Patterson. Now this is a 207 hitter in the number 8 spot, and we haven't been able to get him out tonight. He's got 2 singles and a double. Swing and he went around. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's also scored a couple of runs. Cade Patterson. Albron with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2. Check swing and a foul off the screen. Right above the Bulldog dugout down the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Patterson. And a pitch. Strike 3 call. So Albron comes on and gets a couple of strikeouts, but also gives up a solo home run. 1 run, 1 hit in the inning, the home run by McCoy. We have completed 7 full innings. Louisiana Tech 8, Middle Tennessee 1. You're listening. Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Pitching change for the Bulldogs as we go to the 8th inning, as Declan Dahl will come out. And he'll be replaced by Thomas Allen. Thomas Allen making his 11th appearance. He has started one game, though most of his appearances have been in a relief role. 3-2 record with a 3.58 earned run average and 1 save. He's pitched 27 2/3 innings, given up 23 hits, 11 earned runs. He's walked 8, struck out 32. Opponents hitting .221 against him. He has allowed 4 home runs. So Thomas Allen is on to pitch here in the 8th inning for the Bulldogs. Declan Dahl, after a shaky start, settled down and got stronger as the game went on. Pitched 7 innings, allowed 1 run on 4 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 8. And we'll give way now to Allen in the 8th inning. Here's Owen Nowak to lead off for the Raiders. 1 out of 3. Takes the pitch inside for ball 1. Nowak's hit was a single in the 3rd inning. And the right-hander delivers, and that is a strike call. 1-1. Fastball inside, backed him away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Nowak. It'll be Nowak, Minnick, and Rogers here in the 8th inning. And the Raiders on the short end of an 8-1 score. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. That plate's gotten a little larger as the game has drawn on here to the 8th inning. 1-1. Or 2-2, I'm sorry. 2-2. And a fly ball, shallow left field. No, third baseman's got it in the infield. So we'll call it a pop-up instead of a fly ball, and that's out number 1. And here's Tyler Minnick. Ground out, fly out, and strike out. Minnick 0 for 3. Allen's pitch, a strike at the knees, 0-1. The Raider bats have been largely silent tonight. Raiders have 4 singles. There's a ball hit into right field. That's a base hit. Hit number 5.
Not about right number 13, Brett Rogers.
And here is Rogers. I guess they gave O'Neill a hit on that funny play in the 7th inning. Pitch to Rogers, misses for ball 1. Brett tonight has flied to center twice and has been called out on strikes. Thomas Allen in relief of Dahl, working in the 8th inning. There's a swing and a foul, and the count goes to 1-1. Tyler Minnick with a 1-out single, the runner at first. And the pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike, 1-2. Lane Akers waiting to hit next. Pitch to the plate, low for a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Only finals that we've had tonight, FIU was a winner over Kennesaw in Florida, and Missouri State beat Delaware in Delaware. Ground ball, third baseman has it, goes to second, out there, throw to first, not in time. They get the force on Minnick at second. For out number 2, Rogers beats the relay to first. He is there with 2 outs, and Lane Akers will stand in. He has one of the Raiders' 5 hits. In fact, he had our first hit. That was a single in the second inning. His other 2 at-bats, he's grounded out to the shortstop. Allen, the reliever, comes set, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. Second game of the series will be 2 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be on the air at 1:45 with our pregame show. Throw over to first, the runner back. And a pitch. Akers swings and misses. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brett Rogers, the runner at first with 2 outs. Allen with the pitch. That's taken just a bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Akers. The pitch to the plate. That's a breaking ball, caught the outside part of the plate, 2-2. Allen with the pitch. Strike 3 call. Good looking pitch, laid it right in there. So in the inning, no runs, a hit, and 1 left. We'll go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Louisiana Tech 8 and Middle Tennessee 1. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Ben Wagner.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Louisiana Tech with an 8-1 lead. Raiders on the board first tonight with a run in the second inning. Louisiana Tech got on the board in the 5th with a pair. Led 2-1 after 5, but they added 5 in the 6th. And a solo run in the 7th, and it's 8-1. Abel Alberon will be ready for his second inning. That run in the 7th inning was a solo home run he gave up to Casey McCoy. This is Brecken Minuet, the shortstop. Alberon with the first pitch to him, and it's in for a strike. Outrun picked up a couple of strikeouts in that 7th inning, but also gave up a solo home run. Fastball misses high, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Been a very pleasant night here, except for the score. Louisiana Tech leading 8-1. Pitch is outside, ball 2, 2-2. Top of the batting order waiting, and that would be Lunsford, who is 3 out of 4 from his leadoff position. There's a pitch outside, ball 3, 3-2 the count. And you had an infield hit in the 3rd inning, a bunt single, and since then has flied out and been safe on an error, and he's now on base with a walk, leadoff walk. 3rd walk given up by Blue Raider pitchers. The batter will be Colby Lunsford, who has 3 singles and has scored 2 runs. 3rd baseman steps in. Lunsford is a grad student out of Grass Valley, California. Transfer from Monroe. Played there for 2 years. Ground ball to the pitcher. The throw to second is thrown into the outfield. And that's another error. Another error by the pitcher. Throwing to second. Kerrigan made a bad throw in the 6th, and it cost. And this one. So we'll put Lunsford on a fielder's choice, because the pitcher could have gone either to second or first, but he chose to go to second. And the throw to second was into the outfield. So now we'll have a visit to the mound. This being April the 10th, and back in the 60s and 70s, this was around the first week of Major League Baseball, and we had several stadiums make their appearance on April the 10th. We're going to have a pitching change for the Raiders. We'll keep it here. On April the 10th in 1962, Dodger Stadium made its first appearance, and they had over 52,000 on hand. The Dodgers lost to the Cincinnati Reds 6-3. That was the first game in Dodger Stadium. In 1962, the Houston Colt 45s, the first Major League game played in Texas, beat the Chicago Cubs 11-2. And we've got a new pitcher coming in for the Raiders. Left-hander, that's Walker Shaw. So the Houston Colts 45s, now the Houston Astros, played the first Major League game in Texas in 1962 on this date. 1971, the Phillies debuted in their brand new stadium, Veterans Stadium, by beating Montreal 4-1. Park's first home run was struck by Don Money. 1973, Kansas City opened its new park, Royal Stadium, beating the Rangers 12-1. 39,000 came out in 39-degree weather to see that game. So those are a few things that happened on this date in Major League Baseball. 1979, J.R. Richards set a Major League record with 6 wild pitches, but he also had 13 strikeouts and beat the Dodgers 2-1. So Walker Shaw is on for the Raiders. Haven't seen much of him this year.
Now to bat for the Bulldogs. First pitch number 11.
Walker is making his 3rd appearance. He's only thrown a total of an inning and 2/3. He will pitch here to Trey Halsey. And the first pitch to Halsey is swung on and missed, strike 1. This is a lefty-lefty matchup. Walker's out of Norcross, Georgia. He's a redshirt sophomore. And there is ball 1 outside, 1-1. Runners at first and second, no outs in the 8th inning. The left-hander comes set, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 1-2. Halsey has 1 hit in 4 trips. He's a big left-handed hitter. Has 10 home runs on the year. Takes the pitch outside, 2-2. So that 10 home runs will lead their team. Lunsford has 9. He's out there at first base right now. Here's the pitch. And it's low and down into the turf. Ball 3, 3-2. So full count. Runners first and second with no outs. And Shaw with the pitch. Strike 3 call. Got him looking. That is out number 1.
Now down the Bulldogs. Second baseman number 9.
The batter will be Coates. Colton Coates. 0 for 3 with a walk. Shaw comes set. Pitch swung on, ground ball to third. Bondola to second, out there. Throw to first, out there. Double play. 5-4-3. That will end the 8th inning. And the Raiders' 20th double play of the season. No runs. There were no hits in the inning. And a man left. We'll go to the 9th inning. It is 8-1, Louisiana Tech leading. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
Bring your game day style courtside with a stop at Lightning's locker room on the concourse. From bold new drops to timeless campus classics, we've got everything you need to turn heads from class to tip-off. Whether you're rocking a hoodie in the student section or sporting a tee around town, your look says it loud. You're here for the wins, the energy, and the tradition. So step up your style and your spirit. Because at Lightning's locker room, the season never slows down, and every fan plays a part in the hype. Let's make every day feel like game day.
Hey folks, it's Chip Walters from Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, helping Middle Tennessee make smart moves in a fast-moving market. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, you deserve someone who knows this community and treats your goals like their own. From first-timers to long-time homeowners, I'm here to guide you with clarity, confidence, and a steady hand. When you're ready to make the next move, start with someone you trust. Visit ChooseChip.net and let's make your 2026 move the right move.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
So we go to the top of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Raiders, and they're 7 runs down. It will be Cooper Clapp to lead off. He's had 1 hit tonight. He's also drawn a walk. So he is no stranger to the base path. Clapp, O'Neill, and Brewer here in the 9th inning. And here's Allen's pitch, and it's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Ground ball to third. Lunsford up with it. Across to first in time. That is out number 1 in the 9th. Clapp rounds out, third to first. Game time tomorrow will be 2 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 1:45 with our pregame show. Here's Dean O'Neill. First pitch to him, drilled up the middle for a base hit. Took that one right back where it came from. That'll be the second hit off Allen. And with 1 out, the batter is Nathan Brewer. Nathan's had a tough night. He has struck out 3 times swinging. All of that against the starter, Declan Dahl. So I'm glad I'm sure he's glad to see another pitcher out there on the mound. Swinging a foul to the screen, strike 1. O'Neill, the runner at first, swinging a foul. That one bounced up, hit him in the shoulder, and then back to the backstop. Strike 2, the count to Brewer. Bondolan waiting to hit next. And the pitch. High for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tried to get him to chase a high pitch, and Bondolan or Brewer just let it pass. The 1-2. Missed inside, ball 2. 2-2. And Allen's pitch swung on, fouled out of play. Plate umpire gets a new supply of baseballs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Allen winds and fires and struck him out swinging. So with 2 outs, the batter will be Brett Bondolan. 0 for 3 tonight. Reached on an error in the 3rd inning and is flied out and struck out. Raiders down to their last out. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Our post-game show tonight, we'll recap everything for you. Set you up for tomorrow's game. Swinging a ground foul past third. And that will be strike 2 on Bondolan. So 1 strike. That's all the Raiders have left in this game. That could change. We'll see. Here's the pitch. A little bit high, ball 1, 1 and 2. Crowd wanted that one called, and they didn't get their wants there. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming. Struck him out swinging. pulled a string and got him at an off-speed pitch. No runs, one hit, one left. And that's your ball game. So the Bulldogs take the first game of this three-game series by a score of 8-1. And now improved to 7-6 in the league. The Raiders dropped to 5-8 in conference play, and still looking for their first road win in the conference. They are now 0-7 in conference games. 8-1 the final. Louisiana Tech wins it. We'll recap it for you in our postgame show coming up next. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
At Middle Tennessee Electric, we see the lines that link us all, illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Because we believe in the power of good energy. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart. And as your family and our region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Locally grown, Blue Raider proud. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team. As an MTSU alumnus and lifelong Rutherford County resident, I bring the heart of a teacher, the grit of a Blue Raider, and over 15 years of real estate experience to every client. Honest to a fault, connected to the community, and driven to serve. I don't just help you buy or sell, I help you understand every step. The J. Harmon Home Team, where real estate meets real talk.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders!
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports. Today's game is in the books, and it's time to recap today's action in the Blue Raider postgame show. Today's broadcast on the Blue Raider Network has been brought to you in part by Will Fraley, attorney at law, State Farm Insurance, and agent Andy Womack, Middle Tennessee Electric, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates, and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Jonathan Harmon, and Chip Walters. And by Las Casas Drugs. Let's head back to the ballpark for today's Blue Raider postgame show.
8-1 decision to Louisiana Tech. The Raiders took an early lead in this game. Lane Akers led off the second inning with a single. Went to second on a wild pitch. Cooper Klepp hit a fly ball to deep right center, and Akers tagged and went to third after the catch. And Dean O'Neill hit a high bouncing grounder to third. Akers scored on the play. Brewer struck out to end the inning, but the Raiders picked up the first run of the game and made it hold up. It was 1-0 going into the bottom of the fifth inning. But in the fifth, Cade Patterson with a one-out double. Lunsford followed with a single to right. There was an error either on the double by Patterson or on charged an error to O'Neill at first base. Anyway, Patterson came in to score on that hit by Lunsford, and Lunsford scored on the error. So 2 runs made it 2-1. And then in the bottom of the sixth inning, The Raiders just came apart at the seams. Alderman, who had been pitching well, except for that fifth inning, gave up a leadoff double and followed a home run by Scott to make the score 4-1. He then walked the next batter. Coach Myers removed Alderman for Kerrigan. Got the first batter out on a fly ball, but then gave up a single, and then his own throwing error led to another run. He did pick a runner off in that inning for the second out, but then followed by a single, a walk, and a double, and finally Birch came in to get the last out in the inning. They sent 10 men to the plate in that sixth inning and scored 5 times, and then they got another run in the seventh on a solo home run by McCoy, and that wound up the scoring for Louisiana Tech. The final totals in this game for Louisiana Tech: 8 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They leave 7 men on base. For the Raiders, 1 run, they get 6 hits, commit 4 errors, and leave 7 men on base. Chandler Alderman goes 5 innings, gives up 5 runs, 3 earned, 8 hits, had 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And then Kerrigan goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs. Neither of those was earned. Landon Birch goes 1/3 of an inning. Abel Alberon goes 1 inning, gives up a solo home run, and Walker Shaw came in to finish up with a strikeout and a double play in the 8th inning to get out of that inning. For Tech, Declan Dahl goes 7 innings, allows 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. And Thomas Allen finishes up the final 2 innings. So Dahl will get the win, and the loss will go to Alderman. Dahl is now 5-3. Chandler Alderman now 1-2. This game was played in 81-degree weather. We started, it was 81, 2 hours and 39 minutes. The attendance listed at 2,240. And a good vocal crowd here supporting their Bulldogs, who win it by a score of 8-1. So La Tech now goes to 7-6 in the league. That is their 4th consecutive win. They won the last 2 games of their series in Miami with FIU. Won their midweek game this week, and now have won the first game of this 3-game series. And the Raiders now have lost 5 of their last 6. The only win being the win on Tuesday against Lipscomb. So that is going to wrap it up for us from J.C. Love Stadium, Pat Patterson Park in Ruston, Louisiana. Louisiana Tech claims the first game of this series by a score of 8-1. Jackson Smith has been our studio producer. This is Dick Plummer. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow with the pregame show at 1:45. Wishing you a very pleasant evening from the ballpark.
Thanks for listening to today's Middle Tennessee State University baseball game. Today's game has been produced by Van Wagner College through the facilities of WGNS Radio. The content of today's game is owned by Van Wagner College and the Blue Raider Network and may not be reproduced without expressed written permission of Middle Tennessee State University and Van Wagner College. Be sure to join us next time for more Middle Tennessee baseball here on the Blue Raider Network on WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.